Good evening, nerds. We're the Blue Ridge Nerd Network. I'm Luke, and he's Dom.
And tonight, we got some news for you. We got some Oscar news in the history of comic books.
Oscar news and Oscar noms.
Yep, the history of superhero movies, comic book movies, in the Academy Awards nominations, and a Dragon Ball Super movie review for you. So let's go ahead and jump into our news for the week. Any child that grew up knowing what Y2K was has probably heard their first F-bomb from Tony Soprano. I say this because good news for Soprano fans. The Soprano series is getting ready to have its prequel.
Yeah.
The creator, David Case, is returning. And probably the most important bit of news for casting-wise is the casting of Tony Soprano. James Gandolfini's son, Michael Gandolfini, is actually been casted for his father's role,
which is wild and probably about as close as they could possibly get.
Kind of like how they had Ice Cube's son casted as Ice Cube for the Straight Outta Compton.
Yes,
Straight Outta Compton. But the series is going to be taking place in the 1960s Newark, following along the wave of riots that went on during that time frame. And Michael Gandolfini was quoted saying, "It's a profound honor to continue my dad's legacy while stepping into the shoes of a young Tony Soprano. And what big shoes he has to fill."
Yeah, it's going to be... I think a lot of it's going to hinge on his performance, but I mean,
from what I read on about it, said that he embraces his dad's mannerisms and his movements and everything so well that you really can't tell much of a difference.
Good.
I never personally watched Sopranos in continuation, but my father was a huge fan of Sopranos. Watched it till very beginning to the very end when it just cuts out mid-sentence.
Yeah, what a ending. People freaked out about that. People still freak out about that.
Yes. It's still a pop culture joke today.
It is.
It is. We also have some gaming news.
Yes.
Ubisoft's Division 2 is set to release March 15th.
Mm-hmm.
Will be released without its 8-player raid system.
This is similar to what they did in the first one. The raids weren't dropped in, well, I don't even know if it was an 8-player raid in the first one, maybe later, but when I played it, they didn't have any raids in the base game.
They usually hold off most games. Even Destiny don't release day one with the raids.
No,
you have to get to a certain point anyways.
Yeah.
But creative director Matthias Carlson stated in a recent interview that it's just not ready to roll out yet, because we want to make sure the experience is well polished. It'll take a little bit of time before it's ready to roll out. He, though, did assure that there will be multiple raids for the future, and you will be able to partake not too long after the launch.
That's good. I mean, I'm glad they're going to release it as a finished product.
Well, semi-finished product.
They're going to release the 8-player raid system as a finished product, at least.
Yes. I'm expecting a week or two, maybe after. I mean, it gives you enough time to get through base storyline and get your feelings for the game easy.
There will be no lifers who get through it in about 24 hours. But
which, are we planning on something for Division 2?
I'm excited for it, but it depends on the budget.
Yeah, very, very.
So hit us up on Patreon, or
we don't have one.
We don't have Kickstarter, or whatever, and we'll do Division 2 gameplay.
Yeah. If we get enough support for it, we'll do Division 2. We do have some other things in the work that will...
Hey, let's talk about that right now. Speaking of gaming news, Anthem's demo will be live tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 11 a.m. for us.
I'm very excited about this game.
Yeah, so if you've pre-ordered the game, which he has, and it's going to be released to everyone on February 1st.
Yes.
It's a 23 or so gigabyte download for the beta part now. I'm sure it will have a big update before the February 1st launch.
Oh, yes.
But tomorrow I plan to dive into that sucker, so you can expect to see some gameplay from us in the demo, hopefully soon.
I'm very excited about this game. The more I look into it, the more I'm excited for it, and the more I have the hopes of quite possibly being disappointed.
Oh,
And that's the biggest thing. I've talked to quite a few people, and they're like they're
Yeah.
intrigued by the game, but there's worries, you know.
I mean, that's how
Worries.
every AAA game is nowadays.
Yeah.
You have to wonder, like, is it going to be okay? Because you just don't know.
Kind of like how No Man's Sky.
Yeah, that was a letdown. Fallout 76, kind of a letdown. So many, so many.
I mean, that's just the world we live in now.
I guess so. And that's sad.
But Anthony, expect us to have some news for that.
For sure. On a unrelated to video games note, Jeff Bridges posted something on his Twitter today that has the internet on high alert.
I was not aware until literally moments before we went live.
Yeah, so he posted a little video clip with the caption, "Can't be living in the past, man. Stay tuned." And the video shows his character from The Big Lebowski, the
Gray-haired.
dude. Yeah, older now, obviously.
Obviously.
Same cardigan and sunglasses, though.
We have a chat.
Oh, hi! Same cardigan and sunglasses, but at the end it has a date, and the date is the Super Bowl. So whether this is one of those Crocodile Dundee 3
Because I was
trickery things,
so excited for Crocodile Dundee and the Chris Hemsworth, Dan McBride.
Yes!
That would have been so cool.
that would have been baller.
But then it was such a letdown.
I know. And if they do that with the Big Lebowski, I'm going to lose a little bit of respect for the Coen brothers because they shouldn't let their property be used for a cash grab for the Super Bowl unless it's a damn good reason, like if it's for a charity.
I hope it's not for some kind of car commercial. Or
Watch
something.
it be for fucking Doritos.
Pepsi,
Ugh.
Mountain Dew. Oh my
No, wait,
gosh.
what milk? It'll be milk because he drinks White Russians.
Yes, half and half.
Half and half, right?
He's a half
and half guy.
Same here. When I have a white or a White Russian, I have to have half and half.
And know that I've never had a White Russian.
They're very good.
Being lactose intolerant, it's not recommended.
I mean, I can get that.
Yeah,
I get that.
Yeah. So that it's been 98, 2008, 2018. It's been 20 years since The Big Lebowski came out. So I mean, if they were going to do a sequel, now's the time, I guess. And Jeff Bridges is still on his game.
He is.
I mean, I don't know.
I
If
was actually watching one of his works today as Obadiah Stane, Iron Man 1.
Oh, yeah.
My nephew. And he did such a great job.
So good.
Because most of that movie was actually ad-lib.
Really?
They were just feeding off each other, and that's how it went. Kind of like how we do.
No, we have all this planned, didn't you know?
No.
We have very strict scripts and
Most of
notes.
this is ad-lib. Yeah, but we never follow it.
Never. And then last up on the news docket, another callback.
Fun fact.
Yeah, a fun fact. 34 years ago today, right?
Yes.
Today, Thundercats premiered on TV in 1985. The original Thundercats series ran from 85 to 89 with a reboot in 2011-2012, which was, I believe, headed by some rather famous people.
I believe
for
it
the
was
reboot.
picked up for Toonami, actually.
I don't doubt that. I think Matt Mercer was involved. Don't quote me on that. But there were some leading
There were some well-known names.
voice actors in that were trying to remake it and do it glory, justice.
There's sad news with this as well.
There's a new series in the works for Thundercats, and they're giving it the Teen Titans Go treatment.
It's
going for the younger audience, the modern
Obviously.
younger audience, which the 2011-2012 did not. It went for the original audience.
And that's when I heard that they were working on a new Thundercats project. I was hoping for an actual original animated style with updated graphics, pretty much, and
Updated graphics, updated story, what have you.
I mean, not saying that Teen Titans Go and stuff is not.
They're very self-aware,
Yes.
which is, I guess, a good
Yes,
thing.
that is one good thing.
But I don't know. Hopefully they've learned things from Teen Titans Go, especially if it's for.
I do believe this will be on Cartoon Network.
I wouldn't doubt it. But that has a 2019 release date. sometime this year. We just don't have a lot as to
Probably
when.
gonna be. I feel a fall release for that.
Oh, probably.
Back to school time.
Back to
school time.
Try to dive in on that afternoon slot once the kids is getting out.
I mean, that afternoon slot was my favorite time. Get home,
Running home, try to cut on the TV fast enough to watch some.
Davey Kids be on. You can watch Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and then even because WB for a while had Dragon Ball, because then you could watch Dragon Ball on WB, and then you could watch somewhere totally different in the story on Toonami at 6 when it came on.
I used to always try to get home for, I guess it was Toonami, and it was a Gundam show.
Yes. G Gundam is my favorite. My favorite manga and anime of the Gundam series.
G Gundam.
That's with the burning Gundam and all that.
Yeah, I remember that one. It was the one that had the little like chibi Zaku hour in the middle.
Yes, I do know what you're talking about.
I don't remember what version of
TJ. I do need to get a haircut. Got one in the works Sunday.
Oh yeah, me too, man. I'm getting shaggy.
I mean, it looks good. I don't know.
I mean, your mane looks good. I think it suits you. You almost got a mullet going on.
It is the Italian mullet,
and I mean,
it is the Italian mullet.
Nothing wrong with that. Okay, so apparently, if you Google Zaku hour, you get something completely different. It's some kind of, it's kind of like a churro in Japan, apparently. Hey, there's another fact for you.
It looks good though.
It does, and it's a store that closes. Oh, it closed at 8. We can't make it.
Oh man,
sad face.
Well, there's time difference too. So.
Well, if we go there, it'll be yesterday. No, wait, tomorrow.
When we get there, it'll be tomorrow.
It might be the next day, even by the time we fly.
Time zones. I love them.
That's still weird to me at times.
But let's talk about our next subject.
Our rough-ass segues. Let's go to some Oscar nominations.
2018 was a heck of a year for comic book movies.
It was.
Financial success.
Big time.
Most of the time, fans were happy with the results.
I can't think of any of them this year that were a bomb.
And now, critically acclaimed. 4 comic book movies are currently up for nominations. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse and Incredibles 2 are up for Best Animated Feature. You have Avengers Infinity War up for Best Special Effects.
Yep.
And Black Panther has received 7 total nominations, including 1 for Best Picture.
That makes it the first comic book movie to be nominated for Best Picture, right?
No. Oh, we'll get through that.
Okay.
We got some more information for the history of comic book movies.
Oh, good.
Comic book movies have dominated the box office for better half of 3 decades right now.
We got some chat. What is it? What do you mean by that, TJ? It was a good movie.
It deserved it. For better half 3 decades now, superhero movies, comic book movies have ruled the box office. But they haven't always ruled the Academy Awards.
No, very seldom, honestly. Like most of them, through our research, get 1 or 2 nods, if that.
There was actually a lot of surprises at how many movies have been at least nominated.
Yeah.
May not have had success, but they were nominated. Starting back all the way in 1940, actually, was Zorro, because that was apparently a comic strip.
Yeah, go figure. I didn't realize that Zorro was a comic book movie.
And then the 10-minute movie with
short, I guess.
Yes, the first short was Superman 1941.
Yep. It was for Best Animated Short.
Yes.
Go figure.
But then we get the first real live action movie.
The first true cinema.
And I'll let Tim talk about that while I set up a power cable real quick.
Okay. I don't know what we need a power cable for, but he's going to show us.
Charger cable.
Oh. So the first superhero movie, 1978 Superman. It was nominated to the Oscars 37 years. Oh, yeah, 37 years after its original nod in 1941, it came on. And it had nominations for Best Sound, Best Film Editing, and Best Original Score. John Williams, my boy. It lost all 3 categories to Deer Hunter for Best Editing and Sound and Midnight Express for Best Original Score. Upsetting. That Superman John Williams theme is so iconic. But it did earn a Special Achievement Oscar for the film's visual effects, which made audience believe a man could fly. And as a counterpoint, Superman's arch rival, as depicted in the I don't know what year hit Batman v
2016.
Superman. Look at you knowing your dates.
2016, yes. Tim Burton's Batman.
The original, Jack Nicholson.
Got its first, may have earned its first Oscar nomination for.
It won for Best Art Direction.
My bad, I could not read.
No, you're good. This is why we do it all ad lib, because who needs notes? We can't read them anyway.
Won its category in 1989. Tim Burton's seen success again.
1992, Batman Returns, Tim Burton's sequel, earned 2 Oscar nominations, one for Best Visual Effects and one for Best Makeup. It lost the Visual Effects Oscar to the horror comedy Death Becomes Her, never seen it, and the Makeup Oscar to the horror epic Bram Stoker's Dracula. Never seen that one either.
Nor have I. And surprisingly,
I kind of forgot this was a comic book.
Dark Horse comic book adaptation, The Mask, turned Jim Carrey into the living cartoon character and earned an Academy Award nomination for Best Visual Effects, but lost the Oscar to Forrest Gump.
Good one to lose to, I guess.
Yeah.
Better than Death Becomes Her.
Yes. It's better than a movie you haven't heard of.
Right? Tim Burton's back on the list. No, wait. This is not Tim Burton anymore. Joel Schumacher. His first Batman movie was nominated for Best Cinematography, Best Sound, and Best Sound Effects Editing for Batman Forever. This is the Val Kilmer one.
Yes.
It lost the Best Cinematography and Best Sound Effects to the Best Picture winner Braveheart, which I think swept the Oscars that year.
Yes, Braveheart.
And it lost Best Sound to Apollo 13.
Which, there's a lot of sound with that movie.
Oh, yeah. I mean, kind of like with Gravity or Interstellar, sound plays a big part in those space movies. It really does.
Or like in Alien, where you can't hear you scream in space.
Yeah, right? Isn't that fun?
Speaking of space
and aliens,
Barry Sonnenfeld's sci-fi comic book adaptation won an Academy Award for Best Makeup and nominated for Best Art Direction and Best Original Score. Can you guess it? It's Men in Black.
1997.
Men in Black is a comic book adaptation. It actually was originally done by Malibu Comics, but in 1994 was bought by Marvel.
So this would make it technically the first Marvel movie to be on this list, right?
That and to win an Oscar.
Oh, yeah.
Won the Academy Award for Best Makeup. I mean, that
good movie for
practical effects.
Yeah, a lot of the aliens. Get Tony Shalhoub to get his head blown off or something like that.
I love Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith in that.
Oh yeah, great.
One of the last movies Will Smith did that he's really good in.
Yeah,
Independence Day, what, 96?
Yes, that sounds right. Mm-hmm. I Am Legend was good.
Yeah,
that was probably one of his later really good ones.
Because his later career, he had hit and misses.
Yeah, I
guess
AE
movie after.
I guess he does miss, huh?
He does miss.
That's. There's my shitty meme reference for the day.
Continue in Marvel though.
Yeah. Now this is where they come out swinging for the fences. So we have the 2002 Spider-Man, Sam Raimi's record-shattering blockbuster. It was nominated for 2 Oscars, one for Best Visual Effects and one for Best Sound. It lost the Best Visual Effects category to Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers. Good one to lose to.
It's not a bad one to lose to at all.
And Best Sound to Chicago, which is one of the best modern musicals on film. So what can you do there?
There's not much you can do there.
Nothing you can do.
But Sam Raimi's not done.
Here he comes again.
2004, Spider-Man 2. Blockbuster won an Academy Award for Best Visual Effects. It was nominated for Best Sound Mixing and Best Sound Editing. The film's lost Best Sound Mixing to the...
I agree, TJ. I agree. Toby was God tier Peter Parker. He was a good Peter Parker.
He was pretty good.
Tom Holland does a good job. Andrew Garfield was okay.
The second one.
Tobey Maguire, man, he had it.
The second Amazing Spider-Man just lost it for Andrew Garfield because he wasn't bad in the first one.
No, I liked the first one quite a bit.
And then
I think the second one was just a big mess.
And three, Tobey Maguire kind of.
Oh yeah, I mean,
it is a guilty pleasure of mine because there's good parts of Spider-Man 3.
I love the dance, and I love that they brought the dance back in Spider-Verse. Wink.
But Spider-Man 2 actually lost to Incredibles
for what was it, best sound?
It's the best sound.
Lost to
Even though
Incredibles.
it wasn't a comic book movie, it's based off comics.
So it is not on our list.
It's not on this list as currently. And then we head into after you get into 2000s, they do pick up the pace.
They do. That's really when we haven't done Iron Man 1 yet, right? It hasn't dropped. No.
We still have
this
a little bit away.
Where we're starting to really pick up because we have Batman Begins 2005. Christopher Nolan's first Batman movie was only nominated for one, which was Best Cinematography, and it lost to Memoirs of a Geisha.
Pretty good. It's a classic movie.
Memoirs of a Geisha?
Yes.
I've seen it once, and I don't think I was old enough to understand what the heck was going on.
Yeah.
I need to rewatch it, I think.
I think we probably understand it now.
I mean, it's probably got some great social commentary and whatnot that 13-year-old me was like, what's with the funny clothes?
Staying with some DC movies. Honestly, it's shocked to me.
How many DC movies are on this?
Well, not just that, but this movie in particular, 2006's Superman Returns. It may have not jump-started the franchise, or restarted the franchise in a way. Superman Returns did earn an Oscar nomination for Best Visual Effects. It lost to Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest.
Go figure.
Which Tim Burton's Pirates of the Caribbeans are very well.
Oh, yeah, great movies. They start to jump the shark a bit in the third one. Oh, maybe it's the fourth one. Maybe it's the fifth one? I can't.
Oh,
I don't even know where
which one we are now.
I heard they're making another one without Johnny Depp.
I've heard that as well.
I don't look forward to it. Continuing the DC train, we're in 2008 now with The Dark Knight. So the second Batman blockbuster was the first comic book adaptation to earn an Academy Award in an above-line category for Best Supporting Actor, which was Heath Ledger, awarded posthumously to his father, mother, and sister, I do believe, are the ones who accepted the award.
Mm-hmm.
It also won the Oscar for Best Sound and had nominations for cinematography, best editing, best art direction, best makeup, best sound mixing, and best visual effects. How many more can we cram on one movie?
I know, okay, so Heath Ledger, he earned every right of that Oscar. But let's talk about the other Oscars that it did win. Hans Zimmer did such an amazing job with that. The Joker's theme was, I understand, was a cello bass of him just something, and that's how he got that sound. And I love that sound for the Joker. It's perfect.
Best soundtrack isn't even one of the nominations. Best sound mixing, but that's not Hans Zimmer's credit.
Really?
Yeah, that's apparently Laura Hirschberg, Gary Rizzo, and Ed Novak.
I guess it would have to be his original score.
Yeah. And it wasn't nominated for that, which I think is strange.
That is strange because it had its sound plays very well with the movie.
I think everything about that movie is pretty on point.
Another blockbuster for 2008.
Here we go. Now this one I think is where we really start to pick up steam.
Yes, Iron Man, the first Marvel Cinematic Universe movie.
Jon Favreau
earned 2 Academy Award nominations for Best Sound, Sound Editing, and Best Visual Effects.
Yep.
It lost Best Sound to The Dark Knight, which we mentioned just ahead, and Visual Effects, A Curious Case of Benjamin Button, which I can understand that. The de-aging and aging process they went through with Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
So,
what can you do? Then we have, this one was kind of strange to be on the list. We have Hellboy 2, The Golden Army. Kind of expected to see the first one, but not this one.
Yeah. I love this first one. So.
Oh, great. Now that I rewatch it, I realize it's not as great as I remember it, but it's still good.
Oh, yeah, no. Actually, I think I can find rewatching it so much better.
Yeah, exactly. Hellboy 2 was nominated for the best makeup category. And wait, is that it? Yes, best makeup. I just read that wrong.
And lost to
Curious Case of Benjamin Button yet again.
2008, Curious Case was taken home.
It won quite a few, it seems.
Another 2008 movie, There's actually quite a few.
2008 was a big year for comic books.
Yes, it was. Wanted.
Wanted.
Most people will remember Wanted as the
Curve the Bullet or Angelina
Yes.
Jolie's ass, because both are what I remember.
Yes. Adaptation for best. It won or
Did it win for now?
No, it did not.
Mm.
It earned Oscar nomination for best sound editing and best sound mixing, and lost best sound editing to The Dark Knight, best sound mixing to Slumdog Millionaire.
Good one. I guess that's
Slumdog Millionaire took home a lot of prizes that year.
That was another,
if I'm not mistaken.
Another big one. I think it was another one of those that won over a movie that nobody thought it would win over. Maybe.
Yes. I watched Slumdog Millionaire and I thought it was pretty good, but it came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it really did. It was almost like it was some kind of underdog, and it won a bunch of money.
It did.
It's weird.
It's kind of the plot of the story.
Huh.
Imagine that.
Go figure. So next up, back to Marvel Land, we have Iron Man 2. We have an Oscar nomination for Best Visual Effects, but it lost to Inception. Also a good one to lose to.
Yes.
The visual effects in Inception were mind-bending.
Most of the movies that the comic movies do lose to, they're pretty good movies.
I mean, not once have I been on this list and gone like, oh, shucks, I can't
they
believe
should
I
have
lost to
totally
that.
won that.
Yeah, right.
No. Keeping up with Marvel, The Avengers 2012.
Yeah.
Not the ambitious superhero team-up movie, earned one Academy Award nomination for Best Visual Effects and lost to Ang Lee's epic survival story, Life of Pi. Life of Pi had a lot of visual effects.
It did, yeah.
It used its green screen very well.
And I was surprised to hear how little they used green screen for some of the more practical parts of it. I mean, obviously, I think the tiger was maybe green screened in there.
They couldn't let a tiger in there with that boy. They would have been the real life Jungle Book.
Right.
Except for he would have been a snack.
Finishing up the Iron Man movies, Iron Man 3 is on the list with another Oscar nomination for Best Visual Effects.
Likes the visual effects.
I mean, that's what a lot of these superhero movies are getting nominated for, because really that's kind of the only thing that the Academy
season for.
Yeah. So The Dark Knight was the first time that one had ever even been thought that they could.
For character.
Yeah. They had Best Supporting Actor, but they never considered him for Best Picture before that. And I think that year they actually changed the criteria and added more movies for the nominations. Now it's 10 instead of 6 that it used to be, or something like that.
Okay.
But Iron Man 3 lost Best Visual Effects to Gravity that year. Also a spectacular movie. When she gets back into the Soyuz and just like goes into the fetal position and floats, that makes you feel alone in space, and that's what they were going for.
Oh, yes. Big Hero 6, 2014. Disney's animated Marvel comic adaptation won the Academy Award for Best Animated Featurette, making it the biggest Oscar win for Marvel movie, even though it's not an MCU movie. It's a Marvel movie that won an Oscar.
Go figure. 2014 is a big year for movies. Wow.
Yes, it is. Pretty big year for just comic books in general.
Yeah. So we have Captain America: The Winter Soldier in 2014. It earned the Academy Award nomination for Best Visual Effects, but lost to Interstellar, another one of those damn space movies, winning all our awards.
Visual effects, space.
Yeah,
it goes hand in hand.
Yeah, I guess it does.
It goes hand in
Hey, speaking of space, next up on the list,
Guardians of the Galaxy. First Guardians of the Galaxy movie was nominated for 2 Academy Awards, Best Visual Effects and Best Makeup. It lost Best Makeup to Wes Anderson's comedy, The Grand Budapest Hotel.
Good movie.
And lost Best Visual Effects to Interstellar. Which, honestly, I'm kind of surprised I didn't win, like, Best Score or something, or... I mean,
it's not an original score, I guess.
Not original score, but the soundtrack fits so well.
I feel like sound mixing should have been, or sound editing or whatever, like the award for that.
One of the reasons why Guardians of the Galaxy's first soundtrack set the record for most soundtracks ever sold.
I wouldn't doubt that. Good, nothing but good songs on there.
Well, I do believe, Greatest Showman ended up beating it this year. But still, that's a good soundtrack, I understand. It finished top 3.
Really?
Seen Hugh Jackman post about it. You can follow Hugh Jackman on Instagram. He posts his good stuff.
Good to know.
Speaking of Hugh Jackman, segue.
What a segue. Man, you're getting good at this. X-Men Days of Future Past 2014. It earned an Oscar nod for visual effects, but like Captain America and Guardians of the Galaxy, it lost to Interstellar.
Interstellar 2014 was your year.
Well, I mean, granted, all these movies. How many did Interstellar win?
That's a good question. Interstellar is one of my favorite movies.
It's great. Okay, so
as long as you follow through with it and understand the story, it definitely makes rewatching it a lot better.
Oh, hell yeah. The second time I watched it, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Sidebar, Interstellar won for Best Visual Effects, as we know.
Yes.
It was nominated for Best Original Music, Best Sound Mixing, which is what I think Guardians should have got.
Okay.
Best Production Design, and Best Sound Editing. Like,
Okay.
no, maybe that one's what I think Guardians should have got. Either way,
maybe.
It was nominated for those, but only one Best Visual
I'm glad to see that
Effects.
Hans Zimmer got his Academy Award for score for Interstellar, because that is another good one right there.
No, he was just nominated.
Nominated? Oh my goodness.
Now let's find out if Hans Zimmer's won any. Hans Zimmer.
Academy Awards.
Typing hard.
Used autocorrect.
He won for The Lion King. Good boy.
That's a good one to win on.
I mean,
That's a good one to win on.
He's been nominated
that's
11 times.
So it's the opposite of Leonardo DiCaprio. Leonardo DiCaprio should have won for Titanic,
And
they never won until
the one with the bear. Fuck.
Revenant.
The Revenant.
What's going on, Mr. Wright?
My boys. Hello.
My boys. Oh, I was trying
what's
to think
next?
of an edgy segue for that, for Doctor Strange, but none came through.
Shucks.
2006.
Brad Phipps can suck it.
I guess.
You heard it here first,
I guess
folks.
I can.
Brad Phipps can suck it, I guess. TJ, yes. That's what I'm going to be doing. Strange thing, blank. Yeah, we were talking about that a minute ago, and I mean,
It should have.
Dark Knight was good, but I mean, Black Panther's a good movie too. Better than Infinity War, IMO. Better than Infinity War. I see why it got it over that.
Yeah.
But no, TJ, I'm going to be playing. I'm going to be playing Anthem tomorrow and doing some gameplay capture on that. See if I like it, and if I like it, I'm going to buy it so that we can play together.
Yes, and I will be heading over after work, and we're quite talking about maybe doing a Twitch stream, maybe.
We might, try it out.
We'll let y'all know. We'll let y'all know.
We'll let y'all know. We'll keep you posted. Check out Instagrams and Twitters to find out more.
Make sure you hit your push notifications
Yes.
so you can get updates from us on all
So
forms
that
of
shit
social
goes
media.
straight to your phone.
We want to know what you're doing while we're doing our thing. But one of the last few,
Yeah, we only got like 4 more.
calling out the end part of the Academy nominations for comic movies. Scott Dickerson's trippy superhero blockbuster Doctor Strange earned an Oscar nomination for visual effects, but lost to Disney's remake of Jungle Book.
No, I think it should have won. I think Doctor Strange has stronger visual effects than Jungle Book. Granted, the CGI interface in Jungle Book is really good.
It does. They do a great job with the interacting of the characters
Mhm.
for the CGI versus the live action.
But
But the mirror realm and all that was just
oh man, so good. And when Inception won for doing the same shit, right? Twisting buildings and flipping
Yeah.
stuff over. Only now you got Tilda Swinton and Mads Mikkelsen having magic battles on the side of buildings.
just because he has to do something with his hands to do it. We just not have that.
Whatever, man.
That's one of the few on here that
I do disagree with that.
And the thing is, Disney brought it from themselves.
Right?
Yes,
How so?
TJ, you should definitely try it out.
Piss on it, beat it, try it out.
Interesting.
That's a podcast reference. You guys probably won't get it. Next up, 2016. Is this the same year? Yeah,
Yes.
same year as Doctor Strange. So, Suicide Squad earned an Academy Award for. Wait, it won?
Yes, for best makeup.
It won for best makeup, guys.
And
how many people that wore makeup? We got Harley Quinn and
they
the
won.
Joker,
They
right?
won for Killer Croc.
Oh,
Killer Croc's makeup was done really well.
Huh.
Really, really well.
Huh. It may not have been the first Oscar for a DC Comics movie, but it was the first Oscar for a DC Extended Universe movie.
Attack of the Filipinos, fish people.
Well, you see, Mr. Phipps Movie Productions, Attack of the Filipino Fish People hasn't been made yet.
Is it a work in progress?
It is a whip, as we call it.
But with that being said, with Suicide Squad,
For those
no Marvel movies yet to win an Oscar.
No Marvel,
unless you count Men in Black,
I count Men in Black.
or if you count Big Hero 6.
Is that maybe?
But speaking of Marvel, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2,
Yeah.
the sequel to Guardians of the Galaxy, had earned an Oscar nomination for Best Visual Effects again, and it competed against Blade Runner 2049 and Kong, Skull Island, Star Wars: The Last Jedi, and Planet of the Apes that year for Academy Awards.
Wow.
So,
wow.
category must be reserved for fictional movies only. You're talking about visual effects? Because it seems like that.
Yeah, right?
I wonder if Bridge to Terabithia, stuff like that.
Ooh, I don't know.
I wonder.
That's fiction, right?
I wonder if Narnia movies had.
Oh, man. Well, just because we didn't talk about them doesn't mean they weren't there, but I don't know.
But you look that up. We're going to talk about the last movie for 2017, the last movie before this year. Nominations: Logan, the final chapter in Hugh Jackman's Wolverine saga, earned the first ever Best Adapted Screenplay Oscar nomination for a film based on a superhero comic book. It competed against the drama Call Me by Your Name, Molly's Game, and Mudbound, as well as the comedy The Disaster Artist at that year's Academy Awards. Did not win, but it was nominated. Logan was one of my favorites. I really thought Logan was going to win an Academy Award. Really did.
Yeah.
It was such a good movie.
Very good. Oh, hey.
What's that?
I mean, we kind of mentioned this earlier, but do we want to mention what this year's nominations hold?
Yes.
So this year's nominations, we have Black Panther, Avengers: Infinity War, and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I'm going to omit Incredibles off the list because we didn't include the first Incredibles.
That's true.
So Into the Spider-Verse, we'll start at the bottom. It has been nominated for Best Animated Feature Film of the Year.
Same along with Incredibles 2.
Mm-hmm. Both were nominated for that. The Avengers: Infinity War was nominated for Best Special Effects.
Imagine that.
And then, here we go with Black Panther. You ready?
With the 7. Best Picture.
Best Motion Picture of the Year. Best Achievement in Music Written for a Motion Picture or Original Score. Best Achievement in Music Written for a Motion Picture or Original Song by Kendrick Lamar. Right?
Yes, Kendrick Lamar did the
All the
album.
Stars is the name of the song.
Very good song.
Best Achievement in Costume Design, Best Achievement in Production Design, Best Achievement in Sound Editing, Best Achievement in Sound Mixing. Those are all the ones it's been nominated for.
We have a question.
Was the SpongeBob movie nominated for an Oscar?
We will find that out.
Was the SpongeBob movie nominated for an Oscar? Wait, which one? The first one or the second one?
Any of them. If any of them got nominated, that'd be an
Sponge Out of Water or like the 2005 or 2004 SpongeBob? First, 2004 SpongeBob.
It did. Was that Best Animated Feature?
That's for the Annie Awards.
Oh, the Annie Awards.
I'm going to see if any real awards are on here. No offense to the Annie Awards, but I ain't never heard of you. It was nominated for the MTV Movie Awards in Russia, if that counts. And it won the ASCAP Film and Television Music Awards.
So, yes. So.
Oh, snap. Where do you not? Can you not plug it up?
Not currently. But we're gonna
have to. We're having some technical difficulties.
But we're gonna hit this real quick.
We got
last bit of news.
We're on the home stretch.
Dragon Ball Super, Broly.
Yeah, man.
8.5 IMDb, 81% Rotten Tomatoes, 93% audience score. This movie lived up to the hype. I love this movie.
I didn't get to go see it with him, unfortunately.
It opened with Glass's past weekend. Glass brought in $40 million at the box office.
Mm-hmm.
Dragon Ball opened Wednesday to the 19th for its opening weekend and brought in $20 million.
Damn.
Third highest animated movie in North America. It has some relative hype now. The series is back. The dub's going on currently right now in the United States.
Yeah.
They're about to finish up, but there's so much speculation of what's coming next in the Dragon Ball universe. This movie here really adds to it. Akira Toriyama has finally made Broly canon with an amazing story. Does a bit of retconning with the movie, but I feel like the changes that he made were really good. I'm trying to not spoil things for people that would like to watch it. But the retconning of past events, because most Dragon Ball Z movies in the past are not canon. They take place in separate universes, kind of per se way.
Yeah.
But so he's finally canon. The story is complete. Akira Toriyama original. Top-notch animation. Fight sequences were amazing. The final battle between spoilers, because the trailers are ruined it. Gogeta finally canon as well. The reason I say canon because all this takes place just after the Tournament of Power arc. It's stated in the movie. But Gogeta's canon, Broly's canon. They're fighting it out. It looks amazing. There's signature moves going off. There's ultimate power being shown. Just beautiful. Gogeta wins, per se. Leaves. I'm not going to spoil the ending because there is a bit of a twist.
What a twist!
And I would.
Did M. Night write this one too?
No. But it's funny that he went up against M. Night movie.
Right.
M. Night Shyamalan movie. I personally give this movie 5 stars.
Wow.
Yes, I think the IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes speaks for itself, really.
I mean, great scores on both.
Even a mild fan of the Dragon Ball series, I could feel like just walk into this movie and thoroughly enjoy what this movie brought. Great movie.
I've heard nothing but good things. A few people that I work with have watched it.
I can't wait to watch it again.
Maybe illegally, and
maybe not.
They loved it.
Yeah.
So,
but 5 out of 5, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
5 out of 20. No.
Well, we should have done that at 7. 7 stars. 7 Dragon Balls. But yeah. So if y'all want to see Dragon Ball Super, I highly recommend y'all do it.
Yeah.
Mild fans of it would love it.
If you're even okay with just your standard anime action flick, I'd say go for it because it seems pretty self-contained. You don't have to know too much about the extended universe.
And they do some explain themselves. It's an hour and 41 minutes, so actually pretty long. It's a full feature-length movie.
Yeah.
It's really good, though.
That's a little bit longer than a lot of their others. Like Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F was only 94 minutes.
Yes.
Which is an hour.
Like I said, he did some retconning of past events and really did a good job at maybe fixing plot holes, or some would say. But I'll leave that up to y'all to figure out. Let us know in the comments below in this video.
Please do.
So we're in the stream pretty early. We got some plugs. You can follow us at Nerd Ridge.
Wait a minute. Are we doing the plugs before the NFL picks?
Yes.
Okay, let's do the plugs. You can follow us at Nerd Ridge on Twitter.
Yes. Instagram at Blue Ridge Nerd Network. And here on YouTube. Hit the push notifications.
Channels of that. On the video at the channel right down there.
Yes.
Not Dominic's lap, but it'll be below the video.
Yes.
And it'll have a little logo, and you can click on that, and you can subscribe to the channel.
You need to subscribe.
Do it.
Hit push notifications. Know when we go live and when we post other stuff.
Yeah.
Speaking of posting other stuff, we have the Anthem project.
We're going to be working on that tomorrow. I might put up some test footage just to show you guys what it's like.
I have a Let's Play in the works.
He do.
We do. I'm also working on some Madden videos.
Ooh.
Return of the Dom Father, I'm calling it, for my Ultimate Team. See how that goes. And anything else?
If anyone's interested, I'm really yearning to buy Ace Combat 7.
You don't want to see a flight simulator?
If anybody wants to see that, I guess let me know.
He's trying to talk himself into buying it.
I really just want a reason to buy it, so tell me you'll watch it so I can buy it and play it. I don't mean to sound so salty, but I really want an excuse to buy it. And,
he's trying to think of a good excuse to buy it.
Somebody give me an excuse. We all know you're going to pick against the Pats, Dom. No need for picks.
Oh, we're not doing Super Bowl just yet.
We got the championship game first.
It's the NFC Pro Bowl.
That's what I said.
Yes. I've got 45-38 NFC.
You remembered that?
Yeah.
I've got he says NFC. I say AFC. Now last week we picked opposite, and I came out on top.
He did. Lucky for him.
Mainly because I believe that the Patriots would cheat, and I've heard a lot of people bitching about those refs being paid off. And
yeah, but it was the Patriots that cheated. It was just yeah. Oh, that might be a rant video.
Both games were riddled with shit, from what I understand.
Very interesting, though.
I was at work all day. So I have AFC 35-30 over NFC. He's got NFC 45-38. He already said that. I just want to say it again.
But it's going to be a high-scoring game. There's never really defense in those.
No, they just kind of go to town.
They do. Well, that's it for us tonight. This is Blue Ridge Nerd Network. I'm Dom.
I'm Luke.
And signing off. 3, 2, 1.
That's a long one.